Toronto, Canada is one of our favorite cities to visit. Toronto is the largest city in Canada and it's a popular vacation destination. It's also close to other great vacation spots like Niagara Falls. But if you only have 2 full days in Toronto, then you're going to need a great itinerary to see the highlights. Toronto is packed full of things to do, so you'll really need to prioritize what you'll see. Our itinerary focuses on some of the best things you can do in the city, and it's a great overview. Although after one visit, you'll probably want to come back, so check out our other Toronto videos to learn what else the city has to offer. This itinerary is best for visiting this city between May through September. Some of the things on this itinerary are hard to do and can't be enjoyed during the colder months of the year. Besides, Toronto is at its absolute best when the weather is great and you want to spend time outside. Before we get started, if you enjoy this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to this channel for more travel content and tips. Now let's check out how you can spend 2 days in Toronto. Day 1, Casa Loma. Start your morning at Casa Loma before it gets too busy. Casa Loma is a unique place to see in Toronto. It's a Gothic castle-style mansion built in the early 1900s. Today, it's a museum, historical site, popular filming location, and one of the best places to visit in the city. After entering Casa Loma, walk through the main floor and head to the back of the mansion. There you'll find a deck, a garden, and a view of the Toronto skyline. Spend enough time outside to wander through the garden and see the pretty covered pathway. After you walk around the garden and see the nice view of the city, make sure to explore the interior. Don't forget to check out the conservatory and the Great Hall on the main level. These were our favorite rooms in the house. Then you can go to the second level to see the bedrooms. Additionally, you can climb up Casa Loma's 2 towers, the Scottish Tower and the Norman Tower. Depending on timing, we'd prioritize the garden, the first floor, and the great view from the Norman Tower. Take as much time as you need to see Casa Loma. It opens at 9:30 a.m. every day, and we recommend getting here at opening to have the best experience. By the time you leave Casa Loma, it'll most likely be much busier than when you arrived. Take in this impressive building one last time, and then it's time for your next destination. The Royal Ontario Museum. After enjoying your time at Casa Loma, you can either go for a walk or take the subway to your next destination, the Royal Ontario Museum. If you haven't yet, it's also a good time to grab a coffee or whatever you might need for a busy day. The entrance to the Royal Ontario Museum is off of Queen's Park. However, make sure you see the museum from Bloor Street because you won't want to miss seeing the Michael Lee Chin Crystal from the outside. It's one of the coolest structures in the city. This museum is the largest in Canada and it opened in 1914. The Royal Ontario Museum is perfect for art lovers, but there's so much more. The museum also has exhibits on natural history, including dinosaurs and biodiversity. The museum has 3 main floors with permanent exhibits, and there's so much great art to see throughout the museum. While there are more floors, some have temporary exhibitions which require a separate ticket to enter. Wander through the different exhibits and take your time to enjoy all of the great art. Some of the temporary exhibitions might interest you, so make sure to check out the website beforehand. After you're done exploring the museum, it's time to have lunch. We're not sending you to a particular spot, we just recommend that you find something while heading toward Lake Ontario. The Harbourfront. After you spend enough time enjoying the museum and you grab something for lunch, head to the Harbourfront. On a nice day, Toronto's Harbourfront is a lively place and there's a lot to see and do. You'll see plenty of locals and visitors out for a stroll or relaxing by the waterfront. You'll want to start your Harbourfront walk at Harbour Square Park, which is right off of a street called Queen's Quay West. Then you'll wind your way around the Harbourfront and reach the Waterfront Trail. The Waterfront Trail begins right by the Beaver Tails, which is a great spot to grab a beaver tail for dessert or poutine for a snack. This part of Toronto's Harbourfront has even more to see and do, even though it's not quite as peaceful. There are plenty of restaurants and food stands, Canada's Square, and Tyndall Park, and the Power Plant Contemporary Art Gallery. This art gallery is free and open to the public. You also have to see the Simcoe Wave Deck. It is a piece of art and something fun to walk on. Take some photos of the unique structure and admire this interesting public art piece. Once you're finished exploring, head to Queen's Quay, which is where many boats dock on Lake Ontario. It's time for you to experience our favorite thing to do in Toronto. Take a city cruise. Now that you've walked all around the waterfront, it's time to see the city from the water. If you can, depending on the time of year that you visit, take a sunset cruise along Lake Ontario. Your city cruise will start at Queen's Quay. Make sure to arrive early because the line will start forming at least 30 minutes prior to the start. You want to guarantee a great seat near the edge of the boat so you can get the best views of the city. This boat ride is our #1 thing to do in Toronto. You'll learn so much about the city in 60 minutes and get a panoramic view of the entire skyline from the water. When the sun starts to set, it's even more incredible. From a boat on Lake Ontario, we got to see the islands, the CN Tower, the Rogers Centre, Harbourfront Square Park, the Waterfront Promenade, and many of the buildings that make up the Toronto skyline. We also had an opportunity to learn more about some of the structures being built. Enjoy every second of the boat ride and don't be afraid to ask any questions that you have about the city. It's your opportunity to hear more about why Toronto is such a great place to visit. By the time the boat docks, you'll probably be ready for dinner. Amsterdam Brewhouse. Since you dock at Queen's Quay, why not eat right along the lake? Lake Ontario is still a beautiful spot at night. We're sending you to Amsterdam Brewhouse, which is a very short walk from Queen's Quay. Amsterdam Brewhouse only takes reservations for indoor seating. If you'd like to sit on the patio with views of Lake Ontario, then you might have to wait for a table to open up. If you want to guarantee a table, or if the weather is too cold, head inside. If you can, we highly recommend taking advantage of the restaurant's great patio. Amsterdam Brewhouse brews beer right on site and has been operating since 1986. Make sure to try one of their great beers, and if you're not usually a beer drinker, ask for a recommendation. Or if you'd like to try more than one, Amsterdam Brewhouse offers flights. Enjoy your craft beer and your meal. Take your time because Amsterdam Brewhouse is a great spot to unwind after a busy day going around Toronto. After you finish up here, you can continue going out to experience Toronto nightlife or just see the waterfront at night before heading back. You'll want to get some rest because day 2 will be busy. Day 2. The CN Tower. Start your morning of day 2 by visiting the most iconic building in the city, the CN Tower. The CN Tower is the perfect place to get panoramic views of Toronto. We recommend visiting right after opening so you can avoid the crowds and enjoy the experience more. The elevator will take you up 114 stories in only 58 seconds. When you arrive, take in the incredible views of the city, where you'll be able to find some of the places you visited yesterday, like Casa Loma and Lake Ontario. How far you can see depends on the weather. There's also a small place to grab food and drinks here. While we can't comment on the quality of the coffee or tea, the cupcakes and cookies were actually very good. If you need a quick morning beverage or a bite to eat, do that here before heading to the next floor. Walk down one floor to see what else you can do at the CN Tower. On this level, walk along the glass bottom and get a great perspective regarding how high up you are. There's a small outdoor section on this level, and there's also the overview where you can lean over the city. Once you're back on the ground, it's time to head toward your next destination. Brookfield Place and Berczy Park. Start walking east and you'll eventually reach Brookfield Place. Brookfield Place might not look like much from the outside, but you really have to check out the inside. The Alan Lambert Galleria of Brookfield Place was designed by famous architect Santiago Calatrava. It's not one of the most visited spots in Toronto for a first visit, but we think it's worth a stop, especially since it's located between the CN Tower and the next destination. Brookfield Place is free to enter, and the main level also has shops, restaurants, and an entrance to the Hockey Hall of Fame. Walking through the Alan Lambert Galleria is an incredible experience. Seeing the very tall ceilings made of glass with light streaming through it makes you feel like you're in an art piece. After leaving Brookfield Place, you're not too far from Berczy Park. Walk through Berczy Park since it's on your way to your next destination. You have to stop and see the cutest fountain in the city, especially if you're a dog person. The dog fountain has a variety of dog breeds, and there's a bone at the very top. Besides the cute fountain, it's a nice and peaceful park overall. If you want to relax on a bench for a bit, it's a great place to stop before some great afternoon activities. The Distillery District. After visiting Brookfield Place and then walking through the cutest park in the city, continue walking east. Walk through the Esplanade and eventually you'll reach the Distillery District. You'll enter from Gristmill Lane and the entrance is easy to spot because of the heart sculpture. The Distillery District is a pedestrian area in Toronto full of shops, restaurants, cafes, art galleries, and more. The original Victorian industrial buildings used to be part of a distillery. Then this area was revitalized and opened to the public back in 2003. Now it's one of the best places in the city to wander around, and in the warmer months, this area is full of energy. Walk down Gristmill Lane and eventually you'll be in the main plaza with a clock tower. The Distillery District is the perfect place to have lunch. This area is full of restaurants and you can find everything from sit-down meals to more casual spots. A lot of restaurants have patios so that you can enjoy alfresco dining on a nice day. After choosing your lunch spot, check out the different shops. Find everything from clothing boutiques to chocolate to maple syrup and so much more. There's also places to grab a cup of coffee or a tea if you need a midday pick-me-up. Depending on the time of year, there may also be an event happening here or a stage setup with live music. Check out whatever might be going on that day before you leave the Distillery District. Center Island. After having lunch and exploring, head toward the waterfront again, but this time you'll be stopping at Jack Layton Ferry Terminal. Here you can grab a boat that'll take you to the islands, specifically Center Island. The islands are in Lake Ontario and there's a variety of things to do. Make sure to get on the correct boat that will take you to Center Island. Once you reach Center Island, there will be a large map so you can see where you'll be heading. From the dock and the surrounding area, you'll get some of the best views of the city skyline. There's so much to do on Center Island. Start by walking through the beautiful Toronto Island Park. There's a main pathway called Avenue of the Island, which is very easy to follow. Eventually, you'll reach Center Island Amusement Park. While it's not anything like Canada's Wonderland, Center Island Amusement Park is a lot of fun. It's open between May and September, and just like a carnival, you can buy tickets or an unlimited ride pass. If you want to try at least one attraction, we'd recommend the ski lift. You'll get great views of Center Island. After the amusement park, you'll be very close to Center Island Pier and Beach. The beach is a great place to relax during your busy vacation. Just know that the lake is very cold and is best for swimming on very hot days. The pier has a great lookout for views of Lake Ontario. There's also places to eat in the area if you're looking for a snack and a drink. Since your time is limited, we recommend just sticking to Center Island. It has the most things to do with enough to fill up an afternoon. Just note what we said in the introduction. This itinerary is designed for visiting the city between May and September. There's not a lot of things to do on Center Island in colder weather. See the city at night. After heading back from an afternoon on Center Island, you might be ready for dinner. Tonight, we don't have a specific spot for you in mind. There's so many restaurants in the central part of downtown that it depends what you're in the mood for on day 2. If you're looking for something nicer, you might need to make a reservation someplace in advance. If you want something more relaxed, it won't matter as much. We've had dinner by the waterfront at Beaver Tails before. We just wanted something quick and wanted to enjoy the lakefront view at night. In the summer months, there are plenty of great ways to spend a night downtown. Eat on a patio, check out nightlife options, or you can even watch the Toronto Blue Jays play at the Rogers Centre. The city is full of great energy on summer nights that you'll want to take advantage of it, whether it's a leisurely meal or going to an outdoor bar. Keep in mind that if you plan on taking the subway and you're staying further out in the city or the suburbs, it's not a 24-hour system. If you stay out late, remember to plan ahead. That's it for how to spend 2 days in Toronto, Canada. We hope that you enjoyed our itinerary and that you're even more excited to head to Canada's largest city. Even if you only have 2 full days, Toronto is definitely a city worth visiting. One additional thing to know about this itinerary is that we've included a lot of activities that are included in the Toronto City Pass, making this itinerary more affordable. Casa Loma, the Royal Ontario Museum, the City Cruise, and the CN Tower are all included, but you still might have to make reservations for these activities in advance. Have you visited Toronto, Canada before? Let us know in the comments. And if you're looking for more Toronto content, check out our videos on the best things to do in Toronto and the things you need to know before visiting Toronto. Also, be sure to subscribe to this channel so you won't miss any future videos on Toronto and other awesome cities. As always, let's make every trip an adventure to remember.